All right, Nate, this isn't my first duel. This is my 3,000th duel. All right, Nate, so we checked out 3,000th Duel. A little hard to say, but what was your opinion of this just by the first look at it?
Well, man, for this 450 megabyte package, it is chocked full of awesomeness.
That's true.
I really actually liked the roguelike feel with this game. Dare I say, it's got a bit of Dark Souls feel, but that comes with the leveling up system.
Yeah, there's a couple things that kind of define a Dark Souls thing. For me, the difficulty isn't exactly what would make me say that about this game. But what would make me say that about this is that there's still those save structures. There's statues in this game, there are altars in other games. And then there's a place to level up located somewhere nearby. And that's kind of a staple. You go through, you kill some light enemies, but it's mostly about the boss battles, it seems.
Yeah, so as you're going around navigating from point A to point B, you're kind of left options to, go which way you want, but typically you end up going one way and then it's locked off by a key that you need to get.
Yeah, now that is something that's very typical of what's called a Metroidvania type game, and that maybe a little bit more accurately describes this game, but the Dark Souls influence comes in the form of the enemies and the weapon types and the equipment
and the leveling up system. So the whole point, like I was saying, is you kill enemies, you gather karma, they call it in this game. And then with this karma, you can level up to 4 different things: strength, health, your dodge ability, and your mana power. So within this RPG system, you're not only leveling up, those 4 stats, but there's a massive skill tree. And within this skill tree, you can, increase your attack power by going one route, or your defensive power. And then within these, you actually have 3 weapon styles. You have your broadsword, your lance, and your blades.
Yeah, just regular blades. So you kind of have a couple different combat styles. In addition to the weapons, you also have spells that you come across too.
Yes.
And that also, Dark Soulsy, also adds a lot of depth to the combat.
It does.
And there's a lot of exploration to it as well. Being a Metroidvania, you come across different upgrades at different times, and that gives you the unlock to go to the next spot. But not only that, you can then spend some points on your skills to kind of get those flushed out better. So if you want to fight with just a broadsword and you want to go all damage, you can put all your skills into damage with broadsword kind of effects and kind of spec a build that way. And I like that about this game. There's that depth to it that makes you, even if you're grinding through some of the kind of lamer enemies, there's still something you get out of that.
Yeah.
It still goes somewhere.
And man, the skill tree, if you actually scale through the whole thing, it is massive.
There's a lot to it.
There's a lot of depth within this.
Speaking of depth, there is some things in this game that kind of lacks a little bit of depth. One that stands out for me is that the enemy types in the areas are not that varied. You come across the same kind of skeletons, wolves, goblins, that kind of thing.
I agree, and the art style, not that it's bad, but they kind of went for more of a kiddish look, but with this game, I kind of would have liked a darker touch.
Yeah, I would have liked it to be, or if it had a mix of both, it was bloody but cartoon characters, I think that would have added a level of humor that's just not really in this game. It kind of takes itself seriously, but not too seriously.
Yeah.
That is a good gravy zone for something like this.
The lack of depth of this game is in the map variety. I found myself going from point A down this way to here several times over with the same monsters.
Yeah, it is kind of strange how, I'm not sure if it's something to do with the biomes and the rooms being only a certain size, but that kind of recycling does seem to happen, where you find these kind of similar set pieces moved over here and over here and over here. But that being said, the music in this game that accompanies each of those biomes is a huge standout to me. The audio otherwise is kind of a little lackluster, but even in the menu, it hits you with like a super energetic, like a very epic kind of song, and that doesn't let up throughout the game at all. The music is a huge standout to me.
Yeah, dude. All right, dude, so after our 3,000th duel, what do we think? Are we that good? Is it that good?
I'm of the opinion that it is really good. I had a fun time with this game. I think my main problem with it is just the difficulty. And that might be because I spec my character a certain way. And I'm just so good. After 3000, what's 3001? But I really enjoyed this game. The audio, the visuals were a little weird for me, but it doesn't bother me. I just would have liked to see something more gruesome. I have to give this one a 6.5.
All right, man, I'm actually a little higher than you. The thing that was hindering me most was that, recycled map do-over over and over again. But all in all, I love the combat and the whole skill tree. I'm getting this one a 7. Duel is a great roguelike RPG that brings a wide range of skills and abilities to wreak havoc in this underworld. The boss fights are fun, and the gameplay with all the wild weapons creates quite a polished gem.
If you like this video and you want to see more like it, check out the channel and give us a subscribe.